Hello and welcome to Acton TV sports coverage of Colonial football. I'm Tim Lito with Mark Shire at Leary Field as the Acton Boxball Colonials get set to take on the Chelmsford Lions. And we'll be right back after this word from our pregame sponsor, Acton Pharmacy.
I'm Saad Dino, pharmacist and co-owner of Acton Pharmacy, located at 563 Massachusetts Avenue in West Acton. Your source for prescriptions, medical supplies, and a flu shot for the winter ahead. Our brand new state-of-the-art compounding lab provides compounded medications customized to the patient's needs in a specialized form like a liquid, cream, or capsules. Compounded medications are a needed alternative for those that cannot take commercially available products. We are also glad to assist you in helping you understand Medicare Part D plans and choosing a prescription plan that is best tailored to your medication needs. And when you can't come to us, we'll be glad to come to you via our delivery service. Acton Pharmacy has it all, so put us in your starting lineup this upcoming season. Good luck, AB.
Welcome back to Acton TV sports coverage of Colonials football. Now it's time for the Acton Pharmacy pregame show.
Well, Mark, Happy New Year. It's a brand new season.
Happy New Year to you.
Man, it's been a long off season. You know, I think with the Patriots, it seems even longer with everything that Tom Brady and our friends up down in Foxborough had to endure. But hey, we're talking about the Colonials tonight, and
it was funny. Like when I watched the game, first thing that Al Michaels said was "Happy New Year," and that's the way I feel like it's a brand new year. Every Labor Day, every first game of the season. You know,
it's funny you say that, and it's really the theme of our opening tonight, which is that we always talk about in high school football that it is a new year, and these student athletes come and you see new stars emerge every year and all that greatness, and it's just fun to watch. And you have certain core what we think are stars or core players of the team that we know from last year and so on, but then you'll see a lot of other kids emerge. But the interesting thing is the Patriots have the same dynamic, and pro sports in general, which is something I hadn't realized until there. But that's what it's all about. We sit here with a brand new season in 2015. And, we're going to start off with a great opener with the Chelmsford Lions. There's tremendous history between these two teams, which I love. And, as we started to get, kind of educated on this team and some of the scrimmages and so on, as I mentioned to you before we opened up tonight, is that we realize is that, there's 3 or 4 kids that are, like I said, cores that we know of. But the news is about to, really happen tonight. We'll see these kids start to emerge in the season as they develop over the next 2 or 3 games and on where we go. And that's what high school football is all about. And really at the core, what you know for sure is that a Coach Maver team has certain qualities to it. It's all about, they play with huge commitment, huge pride, and, a real respect for the game.
Absolutely, Tim. And this is a team, the Colonials, have 24 consecutive winning seasons. And last year was a little bit of a down season. They went 6-5. Chelmsford went 4-7. So both teams are coming off of down seasons. And AB, in order to have another winning season, have really got to put it together. And like you said, we've got some kids. We've got 3 kids on this team that have never played football before. We have a soccer player. We have a basketball player. Mitchell Doherty, 6'6", 210 pounds, playing tight end, number 88. And we have a lacrosse player. So it's going to be a very interesting season. So this year, we're really looking at a very strong DCL. Westford, LS, Newton South, it's a quarterbacks league, so we're really going to have to prepare for the season. We've got some great players coming back. Our co-captains are Griff Bowden and Kyle Tobin, and you can't find 2 tougher football players. They both play the line. Kyle Tobin is a runner. Unfortunately, we have 2 big losses this year. Nick McCarthy, number 23, who's real stalwart in the secondary, is out for the year after ankle surgery. And in the Natick scrimmage, we got some terrible news. A.J. Redmond may have an ACL, a torn ACL, an MCL, and he's getting a second MRI to determine the exact extent of his injury, and we could possibly lose him for the year.
Yeah, that's a tough break, and you know, every year we hear of just an unfortunate beginning of the year injury like that, or injuries, I should say. And what you'll see in an AB team is these kids will be on the sideline with their teammates and at every practice, and
that's right.
And that huge commitment, which is just, you know, what AB football is all about.
So what do you say, Tim? What do you say?
I think it's a beautiful night. You know, it rained this morning. The skies have opened up. We just, you know, the scoreboard's counting down there. About 7 minutes to go here. We're ready to go. So what do you say? Let's play some football.
This has been the Acton Pharmacy pregame show.
I'm Saad Dino, pharmacist and co-owner of Acton Pharmacy, located at 563 Massachusetts Avenue in West Acton. Your source for prescriptions, medical supplies, and a flu shot for the winter ahead. Our brand new state-of-the-art compounding lab provides compounded medications customized to the patient's needs in a specialized form like a liquid, cream, or capsules. Compounded medications are a needed alternative for those that cannot take commercially available products. We are also glad to assist you in helping you understand Medicare Part D plans and choosing a prescription plan that is best tailored to your medication needs. And when you can't come to us, we'll be glad to come to you via our delivery service. Acton Pharmacy has it all, so put us in your starting lineup this upcoming season. Good luck, AB.
Today's game has been brought to you by Gallant Insurance, the Steinberg Lally Charitable Foundation, Harsip and Stewart Family Law, Shire, Caton and Epstein PC, Post Road Carpet and Wine, and by these fine sponsors.
There were two neighbors and friends who lost their lives that day. Phil Rosenzweig, husband of Lauren and father of Jeremy and Max, was a passenger on American Airlines Flight 11. We also wish to pay tribute to Amy Sweeney. Amy was a flight attendant on that same airplane. Amy performed an exceptional act of heroism that day. In the chaotic minutes after the hijacking, she calmly provided details of the airline situation to officials on the ground that ultimately helped save many lives. At 8:46 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11 hit the North Tower of the World Trade Center. There were no survivors. With us tonight is Amy's family, including her husband Michael, and honorary captain for the Colonials, number 24, Jack Sweeney. Amy Sweeney will always be remembered as a hero throughout our nation, but also as a beloved friend and neighbor in our towns. Now, for Amy, for Phil, and for all those we lost on this day 14 years ago, please join together in a moment of silence.
right, welcome back, everybody. Here we go, Mark. It's just a beautiful night here, and it's good to see the blue and gold out there against one of our ultimate arch rival, Chelmsford Lions.
Yeah, and Tim, the flag is at half-mast tonight. A very fitting tribute to the two victims of September 11, 2001. Phil Rosenzweig, a wonderful guy, and Amy Sweeney, the mother of number 24, Jack Sweeney. Very emotional tribute and a wonderful remembrance.
It was so touching and a beautiful moment, and it's just so unfortunate and such bravery, and it was just a beautiful tribute.
All right, I tell you, I've taken a look at both these teams, and I think I'm in like reverse land because I'm used to seeing Chelmsford as like all the big guys and AB as much smaller. And I'm looking at Chelmsford. I'm looking at Chelmsford team, and there are a lot of little guys on that Chelmsford team, and a lot of big guys for AB.
Yeah, absolutely. Back deep for the Lions, Joe Levesque and Tyrone.
That's Tyrone Fett. He's a running back who's taking over for that great back last year, Nick Philippon, who just torched us last year along with Jack Camsmith, their quarterback.
I remember, boy.
Boy, he got the edge on us.
All right, Connor Cates with a kick, and it's a bloop kick to about the 38, and it's recovered by number 44, yeah. Joe Vecchione.
That's Joe Vecchione. Joe Vecchione is the son of one of the greatest AB football players in history, Mike Vecchione, and he's wearing 44 for a reason. 44 is a special number at AB, and Mike Vecchione wore number 44, and that's why his son is wearing number 44.
What research you have done there. That's great. And why is he crossed enemy lines and is sitting in Chelmsford?
Oh,
we have public transportation. We can bring him over here.
We've got a personal foul against AB. And Chelmsford's going to be right at midfield and just in AB territory.
Wow.
Ball moves inside Colonial territory, first and 10 for the Lions.
I'll tell you, Coach Gallant said that Mike Vecchione was perhaps the best football player who ever played for AB, and that says a lot. Because we've seen some great football players. He played from 82 to 84.
Wow.
All right.
Boy, Chelmsford with personnel and changes here.
Quarterback. They got a lefty quarterback, a converted wide receiver. Nope.
Looks like Kyler Brown.
Yeah, Tyler Brown.
And they give it to Fett, it looks like, for maybe a yard.
Well, I thought that Joe Lepresti would be starting, but they made a last-minute decision to start junior Tyler Brown.
Tackle made by number 33, Captain Kyle Tobin. Second.
Our strength, Tim, is our line. I've seen the scrimmages, and we really go to the ball. Our secondary is very inexperienced, so that's where we're vulnerable right now. Here's a blitz, and that's...
Oh, he almost had him in the backfield, and...
Liam Murray!
Wow, a massive sack. Woo!
Let's take a look at that, because that sack was created by Liam Murray, who timed that blitz perfectly.
Here we go.
All right, well, look at number 48. Going after it, and then Jack Maddox came in for the kill. Wow.
Here we go again. Watch, we almost got the handoff.
Look at that. Look at that pursuit. That's what we're talking about. This defensive line pursues beautifully, and it's 3rd and about 20.
Back to pass again under pressure, and it's a screen. It's intercepted by AB.
All right, that's Jack Maddox.
Jack Maddox with the good hands that he showed last year.
And Pete Rentakis.
Here we go. You can see the pressure. He's just under.
Look at Big Pete. We call him Big Red. He's in there, was tipped by Kraskowskis and picked up by Maddox, and we're in business on the 39-yard line.
Wow, that's huge. What a great start to the game, Mark. I just have the feeling this is going to be a little, there's the play again, and it all starts with pressure. That quarterback's under pressure, he's going to make a mistake.
Well, I'll tell you, our number 44 has seen a lot of action already, Jack Maddox.
All right, Cal Sullivan under center. And it's play action. He looks deep. He throws the ball, and it's intended for...
Number 6, Cal Sullivan's pass falls in.
Looks like Jack Maddox, I guess.
No,
but
I think it was Nick.
was it just
Chuck, yeah.
Was it short for Nick? Yeah.
We've got about 4 tight ends and wide receivers all running 6'3" and 6'4". We got Jack Maddox, we got Nick, we got Andrew Tillinghast, who's called Tilly, by the way, and Sullivan is called Sully. It's almost like a hockey team. We got all these nicknames.
That's
here.
great.
2nd and 10.
All right, up the middle we go, and a strong run goes Kyle Tobin, Captain Kyle Tobin, who had a terrific season last year. We go off tackle there.
Coach Colonials says Tobin is the toughest player on this team.
Brings up 3rd down and about 2 for the Colonials.
2 down territory. We're on the 32-yard line. It'll bring about 3rd and 2. And it's a 23 buck, and Kyle Tobin just romps for about 6 or 7 yards. He wasn't touched for the first 5.
All right, look at number 55, Pete Raskowskis, and Kyle Bowden.
Again by number 21, Napoli.
And the line, you can see that line is just dominating the D-line at Chelmsford right now.
I mean, Mark, when you run a 23 buck, it's not often that you're untouched. In that particular play, that's impressive. Little dive up the middle. Bing, bang, boom, 10 yards. Liam Murray.
Little quick hitter. And so far, I like the timing. I like what Sullivan is doing. He has shown very well in scrimmages. And just wait till he goes to the air. He's got these tall receivers, and they're going for these 6-7 yard slants and curls.
And Sully is the 6'2". He's a big kid.
He's 6'2". He's got good size. 2nd and short.
Long count, patient, and again the dive to Tobin, and he scrambles up to across the 5 to about the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, Colonials.
All right, Kyle Tobin coming off the field right now. I don't know if it's an equipment issue or not, but we've got Zach Olson, sophomore, coming in to take his place.
Can't
a
quite
lot
see.
of good sophomores. A lot of sophomores are going to see some action this season. And like you said at the beginning, Tim, it's going to be fun to watch these kids develop as they're coached up, and there are always some great surprises. Every year, kids just show up.
All right, 23 buck again, and almost untouched. Oh my! That Liam Murray just walks in.
Well, you can give the offensive line credit for that. If we can get a replay on that, you can see the hole that was open.
Here we go.
All right, let's take a look at this replay.
Watch the blocking here.
Look at that blocking on the left-hand side. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, Mark, we could have scored that touchdown. No offense to Liam.
I think I could have run through that hole that Griff Bowden opened there. Bowden just cleared this guy out. We have a very strong left-hand side of that O-line.
It is nice, as you said. You know, there have been some years where Chelmsford's had a pretty strong up-front group, and this is impressive. And there's a kick. That's a 40-yard field goal through that.
Connor Cates. We'll talk about Connor Cates because Connor Cates has missed everything on this team. He is the most indispensable member of this team. He's a punt returner, he's a kick returner, he's a punter, he kicks your extra points, he's in your backfield. And he sold me some popcorn just before the game.
Absolutely. So, wow, with 7:19 to go in the game, a nice turnover to start, and we march down the field in a running game, and it's all in order here. 7-0 Colonials.
Okay, Statman Will Henry says Tobin is averaging 7 yards a carry, And Liam Murray is averaging 9 yards a carry. A great first series.
And you can see us there, Mark, passing to set up the run. And, you know, I think you're going to see more of that.
Okay, we've got one of those kids, number 20, John Bourne. Has not played football before, and he's a senior lacrosse player.
They kick it away, and it goes deep into the end zone.
Oh, that's like Guskowski. All right.
Wow. Touchback. That ball is, you know, that was a bullet.
That ball is not deflated, for sure.
And it's a late arriving crowd as usual for these games tonight, but it's still flowing in tonight.
Okay, we've got Connor Cates. Connor Cates is really our shutdown corner. Cal Sullivan in our secondary.
See Kyle.
Our linebackers are Murray and Dickinson. Andy Dickinson had a very good year last year.
I formation, they run off tackle, and he's got some space, 8 yards off the right side goes, I believe, Fett on the carry. Very quick kid. Another one. These Chelmsford Lion backs all look the same, don't they? I mean, in that the quality they have is they're not real big, they're extremely quick, and they get off tackle in space, and they're just so difficult. Year after year after year.
Always. They've always had those guys. Okay, we've got.
All right, I formation. And again, it's Fett off tackle, and he gets another 7 or 8 yards. Good blocking at the point of attack for the Chelmsford Lions.
Yeah, Tyrone Fett is just a little guy. If you take a look at him, he's about 5'6", but he's one of those kids that are like 5'5", just strong as an ox.
Like Dion Lewis and the Pats.
Dion Lewis, boy, was he impressive last night.
Really.
All right, we have a penalty against the Lions. They're going to bring this back all the way to the 21-yard line.
And
that's holding on Chelmsford. And
2nd and 10.
Voice of Jerry McGavick tells us. Half the stuff we know in this game, Jerry tells us from upstairs.
Yep, Kyle Tobin checks back in at middle linebacker, or as nose guard, I should say. He must have had an equipment issue on the sideline, I believe. But that would be tough. Oh, look at him rotate over.
Okay, he's doing that spider thing. Nothing doing.
Nothing there, yeah. Little dive play, little counter dive pop.
Tim, that's a kind of aggressive approach that they've been taking in terms of everybody going to the ball. Take a look at this. Look at the line here. Ruskaskis, Tobin. Look at them go to the ball, and everybody is pursuing. It's not one guy tackling or two. It's 5 guys tackling.
And you're right. Very aggressive style, more so than I've seen in.
All right, let's see if they blitz here on 3rd and long.
Trips to the left.
Look at number 48. Let's see if Murray goes after him.
Like the Lions are running.
Murray's there.
Under pressure, and he throws a bullet.
Oh.
Wow, what a pass. And the Lions.
That is Cardamosh. And that was a fortuitous pass. I'm not even sure if it was intended for Cardamosh.
Here we go. Let's see.
Take a look at this.
Good velocity.
Murray's chasing him. And that ball, good pass.
They did a zone flood there.
Yep.
All right, I formation now, 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line. They reset the tight end. And right behind it, he goes out on a little Wow, another 9 yards, and they have that play down. We're going to have to adjust to that, Mark. They see something there as we...
Yeah, they had Griff Bowden pursuing that from behind, and they picked up about 8 yards on that play, so it's going to be 2nd and short here.
We see next time we run the replay, we'll see what happens there. How are they sealing our pluggers, that tight end, I would assume.
Okay, we got Sangyu Lee and General Lee, as he's called.
Here comes the tight end. Watch to see if they run it the other direction.
No, straight up the middle. I don't think they got it. I think they're going to be short by about 1 yard.
Quarterback keeper on the play.
Well, they're going to have a measurement here.
And we will have an official's timeout for a measurement. In the meantime, reminder folks, every Wednesday night during AB football season, you can tune in to Acton TV.
Okay, we're getting a plug here, Jerry McGavick. Let's listen to it.
Coach Lito and Mark Shire, two of the most dedicated AB football fans who bring you the play-by-play and color commentary.
It's short.
Okay. It's short about a half a yard.
Yeah, it'd be almost better if they got the first down because they've got 2 downs here to make a first down. This is a play where they could fake it into the line and go long. Coach Rich has always been a little bit of a riverboat gambler. He likes to go deep on AB.
Well, they run a triple I. 3rd and 1. And it's a sneak off the triple I, and
yeah, I don't know. They might give him forward progress here. I think his forward progress just got him over the line. Let's see where they spot it. I don't know. I think they're gonna take another look at this.
This will be very close. I don't think they got it.
Wow. This could be 4th down here.
I wouldn't want to give us a good field position right now, the way we're running that ball. But
all right, 4th down. They're gonna go for it. I can't see them punting.
Triple I again.
Big play early in the game here. Oh, he got it.
He got it with some margin.
Just
little delayed action. Good call. Tyler Fett, I believe. Tyrone Fett.
Okay, we're winding down to 2:29 to go in the first quarter.
Here's the replay on that, Mark. You'll see little delays. Good call.
Yeah, very quick to the line. Now let's see if they go deep.
All right, run blitz.
Yeah, they like to go deep. That's it.
And it's complete at the 20-yard line and out of bounds.
That was Connor Cates on the coverage, but Cardamausch ran a beautiful route, and Tyler Brown hit him right in the numbers there.
Just kick and throw.
Yeah.
Here's the watch this throw there, Mark, as he rolls out. Throws it just a strike
absolutely
right there.
Perfect pass. And Chelmsford is in the red zone right now, and they've really responded. I'll tell you, after that first 2 series, I was thinking to myself, this may be a cakewalk tonight, but Chelmsford has really responded.
These 2 teams really, you know, it's always a game, it seems. All right, little wham block and...
Oh, good, okay, good
excellent.
Pursuit. Oh!
There's a fumble.
No, that's ball's
they
dead.
had the whistle, ball's dead, okay.
But look at that pursuit, Tim. I mean, have you seen AB team in the last couple of years that pursues like that?
Very aggressive team, just aggressive, you know, just fun.
They did that in the Natick scrimmage. I was really impressed with the way they went after the ball.
Right, look at a us. We're switching sides on our cornerbacks. There's personnel changes on the Chelmsford side. It's like a pro game out there.
Very, very quick first quarter here.
Minute 18 to go.
There he is. There's a run blitz.
So finally
Randy Dickinson with the run blitz.
Watch the tight end reset here.
And take a look at Andy coming
down
in.
Block, angle, and this time we get him on the backside.
That's absolutely perfect football right there. He just shot the gap, and now it is 3rd and 13.
Football Daily, go to www.abfootball.org. Click on the clothing orders tab and order it online.
They're coming again.
All right, play action. They throw it in the corner. There's a flag. It's contact in the field.
That's going to be a first down for Chelmsford.
He was going for the ball, but the ball was just released. So
No, that was a pretty clear call. That's tough because it would have been 4th down.
Pass interference on Lady.
And we're down to 24 seconds to go, and they're going to spot it at around the 13-yard line. Interesting, Tim, there have been no timeouts in this first quarter. Very unusual.
Chelmsford has 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line.
1st and 10 on the 12. And there goes Fett again as he cuts over the middle. Touchdown, Lions.
I'll tell you, Tyrone Fett just left about 3 Colonials on their hands and knees. If we take a look at that play, you know, he's one of those guys that he's so low to the ground and so shifty. Look at this. Look at that shake and bake. Look at that.
So that we took away the outside, bump out there.
Fett is averaging 6 yards a carry.
Okay, 6 yards a carry for Fett in the first quarter.
And it's a fake. And there's a flag on the play. They were going for 2. Wow, that's interesting. 17 seconds to go in the first quarter.
All right, let's see what the call is here.
PAT attempt is good. Fire on the play.
That's good.
Against Colonials, that is declined.
PAT is
So
good,
8 to
and
7.
it's 8 to 7.
It's a classic Lions Colonial game here with all, the drama's starting already there, Mark.
All right, Tim. Okay, we've got our first time out here. I want to ask you a question. It's a softball question, okay?
I hope I get it right.
All right, if you get it right, then I'm going to buy you a cold beverage, a Diet Coke after the game.
Okay.
5 teams since the year 2000 in Massachusetts. Over an 80% winning average over 14 seasons. Name 2 of those 5 teams.
Okay, one of them is AB, and another one is Everett.
All right, you got it right. Okay, take a look at that. Everett, 93% of their games since 2000. AB, 80.37%.
Wow.
Mansfield, Duxbury, and Abington are the other 3 teams.
I wouldn't have got the other 3. Mansfield, yes, but, that's interesting.
Pretty impressive over a long period of time. That's going out of bounds.
Wow, so loop kick out of bounds at about the 18, 17. Let's see where they marked that.
Yeah, I think
No,
they take
15-yard
that.
line.
Yeah, they take that out to the, I think the 40 now, or?
So they add 15 to that and carry to 2, and
I think
we're
we'll just divide by pi.
Re-kick.
They're going to re-kick.
All right.
The lead of procedure on Chelmsford.
Okay, we've got Connor Cates and Dylan Sweeney.
Dylan Sweeney,
Deep.
another big kid.
Dylan Sweeney, another sophomore, seeing playing time here.
All right, another pooch kick, and this time out of bounds. Actually recovered.
Okay.
On the 38-yard line approximately, 1st and 10 Colonials.
That is John Bourne, guy we talked about. John Bourne, the lacrosse player, playing football for the first time. Coach Gallant said that if this kid had committed himself to football in 9th grade, he would be a 3-year, 2-way starter. That's how good he is.
Wow.
So expect to see a lot more from John Bourne.
Welcome
Made
to
a
football,
good play,
John.
made a good play.
All right. Wing left, looks like a little jump there, but no flag, and we just rumble for about 6 yards. No flag in that play, but I got to believe that our fullback left the joint.
It looked like that. That's the end of the first quarter, and surprisingly, we're down a point, Tim.
You know, these teams are a little closer than we thought coming out of the gates here. But you know, Chelmsford has that Chelmsford running game, play action pass. They reset that tight end. It's very familiar. And as we take away that bump out run by Fett, he basically starts to ad lib over the middle, and that hurt us in that red zone play.
And he really looked like the return of Nick Philippon, who basically did the same thing to us last year. Great runner.
I don't know what that blocking scheme is that Chelmsford runs, whether it's zone blocking or whatever, but they do resort to a lot of cutback running. It's kind of nice to have a change of quarter because the play's right in front of us again. We're just getting away from our field of view.
Exactly. All right.
All right. 2nd and 4. All right, good. 36 power for the Colonials for about 6 yards. Very close to a 1st down.
I'll tell you, that running game is working too well right now. We got Cormac Duhamel on that run.
But the offensive line is making it just look so good, too. I mean, the kids are hitting the holes. But
okay, we're going to have a measurement here to see if it's a 1st down. If it's not, it'll be 3rd and inches.
It looks like it is short. So 3rd and inches from the 46. It's a big play.
Okay, what's your call, Tim?
You know, I think you run see how they line up. Look at Chelmsford. I think there's a sneak available right here. They got the stack linebacker core, plenty of room.
A little Tom Brady action. There we go.
There you go.
All right.
They gave that to us there. All right, 1st and 10 Colonials at the 48-yard line, at our own 48.
Okay, I have a feeling this is where they may go to the air, because they did a lot of this at Natick scrimmage. They've got some good receivers on a. Nope.
Wow, look at the quickness.
Oh no, it's just why change something that's working so well?
It's a mauling up front.
Offensive line is just absolutely eating them.
2nd and 3. But you're right, though. Chelmsford's going with a single safety mark, and
yeah,
they're
I
all
mean,
up in the box.
it just opens it up. I mean, sooner or later,
Jack
they're
Maddox.
going to go long to number 44. Yeah, he's split left here. Let's see if they do it.
Uh-oh, intercepted by number 7, and it goes back to the 40-yard line. That's
Kevin Zoo.
Kevin
Zoo, number 7. He did a little Malcolm Butler on that play, I thought. Take a look at that. Watch him jump this. It was a pass to Maddox, as we thought he might go to Maddox, and he just jumped the route there. Look at that.
Wow.
And things are turning around in a hurry here. Chelmsford ball on the 43-yard line.
Blocking the back. Moves that ball back 15 yards.
From their own 43-yard line.
Okay, AB had a great first series and a shaky second series. Let's see how they look now here. Got a.
Wow, look at this formation.
Whoa, we're spread out here.
Little screen, and that's a forward pass, barely. Incomplete, second down.
That's a good thing that was poorly executed, because they had a lot of people out in space there. Have you seen Chelmsford run that play? I have not seen Chelmsford run that play before.
It looks like a Wayland play.
Yeah. It looked like the orange and black Halloween guys.
Be on the lookout in the coming weeks for the AV Football Insurance 2015 program. All the vital information you need to prepare for the season can be found in the program, including tributes to all the senior football players and cheerleaders.
All right, trips to the left. They roll. And there's some room there as he gets in space, but he missed.
Good job of knocking that down, Tim.
Kyler Brown said hello. That was like a sudden stop.
Brought down by number 51, Jonathan Coconos. And number 31, Kyle
Campusano, number 31, Kyle Campusano, another sophomore who's seeing playing time. We've got to get about 8 or 9 sophomores in this game. Third down, big third down for Chelmsford.
Tripp's right. Why are they going with the passing game when they're running so well on us? But wow, they sit down.
Well, that's the reason. That's the reason, because he can thread the needle, and that's Cardamos once again on the 40-yard line. And this quarterback,
he is throwing in traffic nicely, I tell you. Look at that, right there.
And this quarterback, who wasn't even supposed to start tonight. Although, given the fact that we just got the Chelmsford roster at 3 o'clock this afternoon, this could, in fact, be Lopresti.
It's almost Belichickian. They hold back the roster.
No, really, he's a lefty. Lopresti is a lefty, so.
Little run blitz there, and the keeper up the middle for 10 yards. Perfect call against that run blitz, Mark. This is by design.
Yeah, this is a design run. Basically a quarterback draw. They saw something there. They saw an opening. We've got a timeout here. And this is a chance, Tim, for us to take a look at the Globe top 20, the preseason top 20, if we can bring it up. Here it is. And if you take a look at that group, do you see anybody the least bit familiar? I mean, are there any DCL teams? Are there any teams that we're playing? There are a lot of Division I teams, but really nobody in the DCL is in the top 20 or even probably the top 30. We've got Everett playing Xaverian tonight. That's 2 and 3. Marshfield is playing a team from New Jersey tonight, but that Everett Xaverian game is going to be
what a way to start off.
Crazy game. They played in the Super Bowl last year. Xaverian beat Everett 38-29. So Everett, winning 93% of their games since the year 2000, has got revenge on their mind tonight.
All right, 1st and 10, Lions on the 27-yard line as they're marching on the Colonials here with just a great, broad, diversified playbook for the Lions tonight. They've run the ball, they've done, bounce out runs, they've done cutbacks, they've done, flood passes, screen plays.
Oh, we moved. It looks like 5 yards encroachment. It's going to be 1st and 5.
That's a 5-yard penalty. 1st and 5 for the Lions.
1st and 5, the ball's now on the 22.
Once again, that number 17 is Tyler Brown on the roster, but I don't know how many left-handed quarterbacks they might have. We'll have to check at halftime and see if it is in fact Tyler Brown or LaPresti.
All right, I formation, Fett is the I back. They run Fett this time.
Oh, nice stop, nice stop.
On the carry, brought down by number 51, Colonials.
Jonathan Kokonos, nice stop, moved right in the gap and didn't give him any time to shake and bake on that one.
Brings us 2nd down and about 4. Call 3.
Well, Tim, this year we don't play Westford twice, thank goodness. We play them on Thanksgiving, and we're renewing our rivalry with Concord Carlisle. We haven't played them since 2012, but we play them on September 25th. Be good to play them.
That's great. Little keeper there for a couple.
Okay, 3rd and short.
Brought down by number 55, Peter Rakowskis. Down and 1 for the Lions.
Look for a play action pass here.
Yeah, just what I was thinking. Oh, a fake
What a
play
great
action
play.
and a great stop. Andy Dickinson on that play stopped them behind the line of scrimmage. Now look at Dickinson once again. Look at Dickinson shoot the gap. Look at him shoot the gap, come right around, and he's in the backfield before that ball is transferred. And now it's 4th down. Huge play with 5:52 to go in a very, very quick first half.
Chelmsford taking his time with the call.
They might have to call a timeout here. They've been taking a lot of time.
They're going to run that flood pass again, I think. There they go. Wide open. Little hook in the middle.
And that's the vulnerability right now of Acton Boxborough. And we saw that in the Natick scrimmage, is just too much open space. He just went to a spot and just sat down, and that ball was right there.
Looks like we're playing zone right there, Mark. So, there's a weak spot in that zone, and they understand it. We're going to have to change, adjust. First and goal for the Lions. All right, Fett, a little bounce out, cut back, gets a couple.
Okay, good pursuit once again.
And on the tackle, William Murray.
Thing with Fett is to not allow him to get past that first line of defense and get into the secondary, because once he does that, he can make his moves. So get him quick.
4:20 to go in the half. This has been just a strange first half. But time of possession for the Lions has been crazy. All right, triple I. Play action, rollout.
Oh, good. They're very close, very close. I thought he'd get in, but Cates got him just before he on the goal line, and it's third down, 3rd and goal.
Ran a little waggle off that triple I. He was looking downfield to throw the ball.
And they're just eating up a lot of clock here, and it seems like they've had the ball for the whole second quarter.
Triple I again. They used this in a red zone. All right, roll out again, and in and out of the hands. But on target, that pass.
It was, and that was to Vecchione, who was a linebacker.
That's Brown's first incompletion.
That is Brown's first incompletion, according to our stat man. He's had a career game. He hasn't had much of a career. This may be his first start. And that's his first incompletion with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter.
All right, 4th and goal on the 3-yard line. Looks like maybe the 2-yard line. More 3, and they line up.
All right, this is like making a 2-point conversion here. I think AB is going to call timeout to reset their defense.
They lined up in a read option, trips left, and we can't play zone now. We got to basically man up. Good chess game here going on.
Yeah, it seems like 2 games. You know, you had the first 4 minutes of the game where it was all AB, and then it just kind of flipped.
See Coach Gallant giving instructions down there. There's a lot about the contain now.
You know, these 2 coaching staffs have coached against each other for so many years. Coach Gallant's in his 40th year of coaching. Mark Smith in his 44th year. Bill Maver in his 40th year. Coach Rich on the other side has been coaching Chelmsford since the beginning of time. And these guys, there's not a whole lot new that they can throw at each other.
All right, how do we line up? They come back, and they're in that read option formation. Trips left, and look, we got 4 to the right. There's sneak available.
Yeah. They got him.
Oh, we got him. Big time save, and there's a fumble.
They got him at the 1-yard line.
Big time play.
Whoa.
Let's see that.
Let's take a look at that. Griff Bowden, number 58, on the stop. Let's look at that replay. Look at Bowden. We got an injury. Is that Bowden who's down? Let's take a look at that replay. Yeah, that's Griff Bowden. Just brought him down. And let's check on that injury.
Here's the replay one more time. What a big stop.
Now let's see what happens to Griff Bowden there. I can't see exactly what happened to him. No, he's up. He's up, he's coming out.
All right.
All right, let's give him a big round of applause.
And he's jogging now.
Yeah. 6'1", 240 pounds, right in the middle of that line. And with 3:05 to go, we've got about 99 yards to take a lead in this game.
3 minutes to go here. That was a huge play.
All right, let's see if this punishing ground attack can work here. We've got 3:05, we've got timeouts, we've got plenty of time.
All right, we sneak up the middle to get some room for a couple. Sully on the keeper.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, he got the yardage he needed to operate, and that was the important thing. All right, now you get 7 yards, 8 yards on your next run here.
A buck up the middle, and a good push for another couple.
All right, it's still going to be 3rd and long here. Tim, we got to get our swagger back here. I thought that defensive stand should give us a lot of inspiration.
It's like timeout Lions. 2:26 to go in the first half.
And
I agree, Mark.
Chelmsford calls timeout, but I think it's a matter of getting our rhythm back, our swagger back. I think we've taken a punch here, and we have to, as Donald Trump says, you have to counter punch, right?
There's that big stop again. What a great stop. This is a strong team here. This is a muscle.
All right, here we go. 3rd down.
Single back, double wing. Long count. We run a fly to the short side of the field. There's a flag on the play.
That might have been a motion penalty. Might have started early on that. Let's see if that's a motion penalty.
2:20 to go. A lot of time left. And
let's see the call.
Against AB, yeah.
Yep. And that is going to be declined, and we're going to have to punt and give the Lions great field position with 2:20 to go in the first half.
That's a tough break here.
Now Connor Cates, very, very speedy, and he does that rugby kick. Certainly not going to fake it from this area of the field, but during the year I expect him to go a few times.
And he gets off a good
kick
all the way to the 40, rolling across the midfield, and we'll down it right there. That's a great kick.
And that was really, really well covered too.
1:50 to go. See if the Lions dust off that passing attack.
I want to tell you, I expected Chelmsford to take over about the 40-yard line or the 35 to 40-yard line. So great kick, great coverage by Capasano. Good special teams play. Boy, this is such a typical AB Chelmsford game. It seems like every game. Last year was 20 to 13, back and forth, back and forth.
All right, back to pass and rollout, and looks like it's complete for close to a first down.
Wow, I mean, that's a bullet right on the sideline. This kid is Brady-esque tonight.
He's only missed one throw.
One throw, one incompletion, and they have not been easy. He's had a couple of sideline floods where he just put it right in the numbers.
We're going to pick one off here, Mark.
Wait a minute, where is it? Okay, incomplete.
Incomplete to bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he just got rid of it. No grounding. Good pursuit by Murray. You kind of wonder what's happened to the pass rush. He's had time to kind of sit back there and pick out his receivers.
All right, trips right. 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Looking under pressure, and it's complete. He threads the needle again.
And the pass rush couldn't get to him. And once again, Cartamash is having, that's probably his 6th or 7th reception. Statman, how many receptions does number 5 have, Cartamash? 5 receptions.
Watch this, Mark. 1, 2,
Look at that,
3, 4.
and he was under pressure.
He threw that right under pressure. 5 Colonials in the area. And still 1:29 to go in the half, plenty of time.
Well, the secondary, you know, it is definitely an issue, has been an issue in scrimmages, and we just don't have, you know, losing Nick McCarthy for the season really hurt us. He was an experienced defensive back, and we've got guys who are kind of learning on the job right now. Oh, someone left early there.
There it is. There's the interception. And we go up the field. We got a shot. Cut back here and go, baby. Oh, across the 40 to the 38-yard line. Go to Colonials. The break of the game.
There's a flag on the play at about the 40-yard line. I think there might be a block in the back. But that was another completion, but Cartamos just couldn't bring it in.
That was
And
Sully.
Sully brought it back about 60 yards, but I think there's a block in the back that's going to lose us about 30 yards on that play. Once again, that was a good defensive play by Sullivan, but that was a pass that should have been completed. That was on the money. That was a catchable ball by Cartamash.
That brings it all the way back to the 28-yard line of AB.
All right, we got 1:14 to go. I really expected AB to put the ball in the air. I mean, they did that in the scrimmages. They have a real height advantage on the secondary of Chelmsford. So let's see what happens here. Michael Perez, number 85, who is that big back in motion, their H-back. Coming off the field, he was injured, but he's walking off on his own. He's a big kid, number 85. Probably goes in motion, probably runs about 200 yards a game just going in motion.
All right, Coach Maver gives Sully to play. They're about the same size. You know?
Okay, Maddox split out left. Got man-to-man coverage, no safety help there.
And up the middle we go. Kyle Tobin for about 8 or 9. Clock ticking down, just below a minute.
Okay, let's see the hurry-up offense here. They're huddling up, Tim. This is not a hurry-up. They're wasting a lot of time here.
run a slant over the right side.
They're going to call a timeout now. They didn't get the first down. Yeah, they were looking for a first down to kill the clock, but they couldn't do it. All right, now it's third down. Coach Maver not too happy right now. Talking with Sullivan. Not sure exactly what the issue is. Now the clock starts again. And it's winding down to 30 seconds.
I think Coach Maver wants that clock to run. I think that's what he's telling the ref. This is going to be another run, Mark. We're just trying to get into the locker room here. No way. Play action, throwback. And there's a flag. And it's inbounds. The clock will run, and there you go.
Well, Tim, it's kind of a strange ending to the first half. I didn't like that series much. Just in terms of play calling and clock management.
Well, it's interesting, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened there, Mark, is that Coach Maver's talking to the ref saying this clock should be running. And, they had a throwback. Effectively, they wanted one play to see if they could score on that throwback, and that's how he was managing the game. Pretty sure that was his thinking.
Yep.
Whether you know.
Okay, if it's a defensive foul, it's not the end of the half, so let's see what the call is here.
3rd and 1.
Holding on the defense, so we've got one more play. One play left, even though the clock is dead. A defensive holding call will not end the first half. All right, you got number 88 in here. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Number 88, sophomore Matt Doherty, freshman basketball standout, and that tells me that they're going to go for a Hail Mary. Watch number 88.
Timeout,
split
Lions.
out right.
And the chess game continues. They said, okay, we see number 88 in there. Let's get our Hail Mary defense in play, to your point.
Now this kid is 6'6", and he plays football like he plays basketball. He knows how to box out, how to use his body. He's got a good vertical leap at 6'6", long reach. He takes up a lot of space. And what we haven't seen in this game, we've seen in scrimmages, is that quick passing game to our big receivers, and we just haven't seen that in this game. They've gone away from it. All right, let's see what happens here. That's a long throw.
Yeah, well, he's not going to get to the end zone, that's for sure. Maybe a 15-yard line throw there. If they go that trips right.
They got their deep prevent there. Let's see if the ghost of Gerard Phelan can show up here.
We're going to get some pressure.
Take us back to 1984. Oh!
They ran up the middle. Here he goes. Well, nice crossover run and tackled on the 32-yard line, and that'll be it for the first half with the Lions 8 and the Colonials 7. What an interesting first half, Mark. Just a crazy, up and down and around. We started out strong, but this game, you're going to see the real answer in the second half. Which team comes out and plays some consistent football
to
put the game away.
That's what they need. I expected a lot more out of AB after the beginning of that half, but once again, it's AB Chelmsford. All the games seem to be like this, and we'll see what happens in the second half, Tim.
It's just interesting to see. These two teams are so entertaining. It's just so entertaining. So, it's the half here. That's going to do it for the first half action. We'll be right back, after this quick break with Statman Player Comparison brought to you by who else? Shire, Caton, and Epstein.
You make me wear my bike helmet. taught me never to run with scissors. And to follow the swimming rules.
You tell me to stay away from drugs.
To always buckle my seatbelt.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
Welcome back. It's time for our Statman halftime player comparison, brought to you by Shire, Caton, and Epstein. Mark, take it away.
Well, I'll tell you, taking a look at this, you look at Brown, he's 4 for 8 for 50 yards, 1 interception, but that was the ball that really should have been caught. That seemed like he had a whole lot more than 35 yards. 8 carries, seems like he had 135 yards. He scored Chelmsford's only touchdown, and Cardamosh is the guy that's really done the most damage. Number 5 catches for 86 yards. On the other side of the ledger for the Colonials, we have no passing game for the first half. 0 for 2, 1 interception. Kyle Tobin, 7 carries for 45 yards, and Liam Murray, 4 carries for 21 yards. Connor Cates had that long run at the end of the half that was fairly meaningless. But looking at these stats, and we have the other quarterback for the Lions, you know, they've been rotating, has played very well too. You take a look at the score, and I think you have to be happy to be losing 8-7 based on these statistics.
I agree. I think it's all about the fact that really, as I mentioned, consistency will win this ball game. These are two teams that have some great players in development as we opened up, and neither team has really strung together 15, 20 plays to, you know, get the whole take control of the half, take control of the game. And that's what we're going to see in the second half. Whichever team comes out and does that is going to win this ball game. And I think the Colonials, with this great, I can hear Coach Mabry now pulling this team together. They're going to come out firing on all cylinders.
And I think one thing is that Sully has got to get off the schneid. We got to get him going, and believe me, Bill Mabry will get him going in the third quarter. He's just got to build up a little confidence. I've seen him in scrimmages. This kid can play. He's very good at the short passing game. He's got good receivers. Just a matter of getting into rhythm. And once he gets going, I think he'll just get on a roll. That'll open up the run game. And we'll see what happens in the second half.
That's great. Well, we'll be right back with highlights from the first half and second half kickoff right after this.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
All right, Mark, welcome back, everybody. We're going to take you through the first half highlights. A number of interesting plays. Let's start off with Liam Murray with a nice little slash touchdown. Go Colonials. Great offensive line block.
Okay, now you're going to see Brown. Watch number 85. Watch your H-back here and the kind of block he puts on. He's a big kid, comes in, just seals it, and Fett goes for about 7 yards. That's a big kid, 85, as your lead blocker.
Now, here we go with Tyrone Fett cutting back.
That's shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake, shake and bake, baby. Yeah.
They had baited us on the outside run.
Okay, here we go. Here's that Malcolm Butler play. That picked off by Kevin Zoo. Makes a nice return on that, and he just jumped that route.
A lot of kids in there. There's Brown to Cartermarsh there. Nice thread the needle play again. Almost had the timing there for the pickoff.
Okay, there's Brown once again, and Griff Bowden was injured on the play, but he made the defensive play of the game. Saved the touchdown.
And there's this little play was intended there with interception by Sully, who really brings us back from the brink there.
We've had 2 plays like that that have really saved touchdowns.
good run back that was brought back by 15, 20 yards, walking it back somewhere, but just an excellent big play. Really the play and a half for AB. That's it, Mark. You know, great first half, but inconsistent here. We got to, you know, we come back from this. It's going to be about which team puts 15, 20 plays together. We'll take control of this thing. I think we're going to have AB now. This is a big growing moment between first and second half. So with that, we'll see you just in a minute, folks.
Okay.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors. And to follow the swimming rules.
You tell me to stay away from drugs.
To always buckle my seatbelt.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
All right, here we go, Mark. The tale of two quarters so far, 8-7, Chelmsford. Beautiful night at Leary Field here. It's chapter 2 of this night here. We got to put this game away.
Well, we got the ball. That's the good news. We can start going offense, and we can reset and reestablish that offensive line dominance that we showed at the beginning of the game. We've got Liam Murray and Connor Cates deep.
All right, two talented kids sitting back there.
Another fantastic job by Coach John McGovern. Chelmsford lines to kick off the second half.
And they kick it down the middle. Liam Murray gets the ball, takes it upfield, accelerates. He's got one man to beat. Oh, midfield. There you go. That's a heck of a start right there.
All right, that's the way to start. That reminded me of another kickoff back against Concord Carlisle in that game where we're going for our 40th in a row. Larry Hebert ran the second half kickoff back about 50 yards, and that led us to a victory. Let's see if we can do the same thing here. And let's see if we go to the air, too.
All right, I formation. We do just a buck and a big push. 8 or 9 yards, just like we started off last time, Mark. That looked better. Who was that?
All right, that's just a recast. That's Connor Cates.
Connor Cates with the run.
Connor Cates, he's our shake and bake guy. He's got great speeds and great moves. I think we'll see a lot more of him in this half.
2nd and 2 from the Lions 40. All right, 35 power, and the Lions not fooled. We may have lost a yard and a half. And the coaches are upset here. There must have been some.
Well, there were a couple of missed assignments there. And it's 3rd and about 2. I have to believe it's 4 down territory, even at this point in the game.
Big Jack Maddox split out. And it's a buck up the middle and stop.
Oh, they got it. All right, big decision now for AB. It's going to be about 4th and 1.
You can see Chelmsford making the adjustment. They're taking away the middle run.
Okay, we got Zach Olson in the game now, number 30. Sophomore.
I'd run a fly.
I think that's a good call, Tim. That's a good call. Just beat him to the edge.
But flex up the middle and a nice little cut for a first down.
Well, that's what I'd say. That's exactly the play to run, is a flex. When that play developed, I wasn't sure that it was going to break through that first group there, but nice move.
Yeah, we don't have that replay right now, Mark, but boy, without that cut, that flex doesn't work.
Yeah, that was a great cut. Great cut.
Sully organizing his backfield there. And a little slant as Kyle Tobin gets 2 or 3 tough yards.
Yeah, but as you say, they're tough yards right now.
And they marked that maybe only 2 yards. It looked better than that.
I really would like to try something wide. We haven't seen the Wildcat yet. Connor Cates, number 22, runs a Wildcat.
Ooh, that would be interesting to see. A little of that. Look at Kyle Tobin. That's a big fullback. Play action. Over the middle. And intercepted by the Lions. 2 big turnovers in this game.
Yeah, tough pass. He really didn't have anyone to go to.
We ran a pop pass here. You'll see this.
Let's take a look at this. And yeah, he got hit. He got hit as he threw it. Lost all the momentum on that pass. And I think it was that hit that caused that interception. But at any rate, it's Chelmsford ball with 7:50 to go in the 3rd quarter, and they hold once again.
Well, we're in that new defense there, Mark. The stack. The 3-man line.
3-3 stack.
Run off the eye. And wow. Fett cuts out. He's just so dangerous in that bounce.
Yeah, as you say, he bounces to the outside. When you talk about bouncing to the outside, that's exactly what he does.
And then when you over-rotate to that, he basically cuts back over the middle and does a shake and bake. And so he has his own changeup in the way he runs.
He's a little guy. He can't be more than 5'5" and 5'6". I always have those Division III college schools with those kids who are like Fett, who are 5'5", 5'6", 170, 180 pounds, who can just run like the wind. There's a blitz.
And there's, wow, another 3 or 4 or 5 yards easy.
Well, if we get a replay on that, we can see that run blitz, and Fett just went to the open area after that blitz. Let's take a look at that. He's coming in, and that just opens it up. Big hole. And all right, it's a 1st down for the Lions.
6:42 to go in the 3rd quarter. Lions are now at the 40, their own 41-yard line. Wow, he just dives for another 7 yards. This kid is just so elusive. And you can see the Lions it looks like a different personnel set altogether. They're running, instead of resetting with that big jumbo tight end, they got a little scat back that resets.
Exactly. And what they're doing is that they're avoiding the middle of the AB defense right now. They're running to the edge, and Fett's got the speed to get there. And my concern is that our defense has been, the time of possession, as you say, has been so skewed in Chelmsford's favor that our defense has got to be getting really tired.
And Connor Cates just came off the field and is visiting Mr. C. Here we go.
That's not a good sign.
All right, I formation, and Fett bounces up. He's got room on the edge, and he's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Lions. And this kid can move.
There are no flags on the field. That's a touchdown. And that's what we're talking about, Tim, about Tyler Fett getting to the edge. And you see Connor Cates came off the field. He wasn't in the secondary.
Take a look at that. Acceleration just pulls away. Kid can really move. You're right, Mark, as you were saying. Sorry, I was going to say that attacking the edge is a strategy. Yeah, they went right after that. Hopefully Cates is back in there. No, he's still on the sideline.
All right, 14-7, looking to make it an 8-point game here.
Kick is up and it is good. So it's 5:36 to go in the third quarter. It's the Lions 15 and the Colonials 7.
Okay, Tyler Fett, 4 carries, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. That's 108 yards already for the game with 5:36 to go in the third quarter. We got to put something together, Tim. It's as I say, it's still a 1-possession game here at 15-7. But this game has been going by so quickly. It's hard to believe there are only 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
It really is about consistency. You know, you can't run, you can't execute 3 or 4 plays and then basically not run hard on, you know, whatever, run the next 4 or 5. You need to string a drive together.
And Chelmsford's really been doing to us what we do to many other teams, which is just ball control and eat up clock, and that's what they've been doing.
All right, Cates is out there along with Liam Murray, and they kick it. Liam Murray's in. There's a knee down.
He's down on the 28-yard line. And that's where we take over on the 28-yard line. Okay, we got Cal Sullivan in his first varsity start. And at this point, he can use a little confidence booster right now.
Yeah. Big crowd now. All right. Good run. Up the middle for about 4 or 5. Who was that? It's hard to see.
Yeah,
Liam Murray.
48, Liam Murray. They're going to give him about 4 yards on the play.
We're going to, you know, pick up the cadence a little bit here, Mark. Time is not on our side right now.
Yeah, I was going to say there's no need to hurry, but there is a need to hurry.
All right, the Delaware off the right side and nothing there as we attack the edge and maybe a yard.
Tim, it just seems like we're really out of sync the way the plays are developing. Got someone down on the ground here. Plays just don't seem crisp. That might be a cramp. I think Mr. C's out there. Looks like it's a cramp.
Watch Mr. C take this cramp away.
Yeah, Mr. C is the best cramp remover there is in the world.
He could do an infomercial.
Honestly, really. Yeah, Mr. C's cramp removal cream or whatever.
I can see Mr. C doing that.
Okay, next Friday night, Tim, we're heading to North Andover. A team that is new to this schedule. Pretty good team.
We could maybe do dinner at Joe Fish on our way over there. That's a good little restaurant.
That sounds good. All right, we have 3rd and long here. This is a very important play in this game. You just can't keep your defense on the field. And we really need a first down here.
Play action, under pressure is Sully, takes the ball and runs. And he's going to get about a couple yards, but not enough for a first down.
Okay, right now the Lions have got it going. They're in rhythm right now, and we're trying to find ours. And you know what? This may be that time for Connor Cates with his rugby punt. He only needs 4 yards. Let's see what happens here.
See how the Lions defend this.
They got everybody up.
You're right, this is an opportunity.
Everybody's up.
Timeout AB. We didn't like that formation.
And Cates was really up very close to the line there.
Yeah.
I was really surprised. I thought he'd be back about 4 or 5 yards.
I think we might have called for a middle fake, and there's no way we're going to get it with that formation.
That looked exactly like that. Looked like a middle fake, and they had 10 men in the box.
In the middle.
Yeah. A very good timeout. Now Cates is back a bit.
All right, high snap, little run out, he gets the ball away. And it's a good kick and a good bounce.
Very nice, but you know, Cates is getting up slowly again. I thought he might have had the edge there when he started running.
Greedy.
I know, I just want that first down.
We got to get the, we haven't had a 4 and out or 3 and out defensive stand.
I am a little bit concerned about Connor Cates and the way he's moving right now. And as we said at the beginning of the broadcast, he is the most indispensable player on this team. He is, we talk about the Swiss Army knife players, J.T. Kelly from last year, a guy like Will Cronin from the great streak years that do everything, and Connor Cates is one of those guys.
All right, 1st and 10. Lions from their own 30. And it's Fett again, weaving and bobbing. And
it looked like there was a flag there, but it was a football.
Yeah, I thought it was a flag too. Perfect timing.
Somebody's down. We may have a cramp on the other side here.
2nd and 4. Again, 6, 7 yards at a time.
It's not a warm night, but it's, first full game action for these kids, so you see a few kids cramping up here. Boy, you look at this game and you think of what could have been, and A.J. Redmond tearing up his knee last week at the Natick scrimmage, and what that does is that just takes away the I formation, because you got Redmond 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, you give him the ball, you let him run, and with his speed and power, this could be a completely different game.
Yeah, he was, you could see that potential last year, that kid, especially in the second half of the season.
Oh, every time he touched the ball, I mean, it was just, you were just waiting to see what was going to happen.
He was on the air.
At halftime, Westford 31, Drake 6.
Okay, we got a halftime score. Westford 31, Drake at 6, and that quarterback Degenhart for Westford was so impressive last season. We saw him twice last season, and I'm sure he's having a monster game. We don't have any bunnies on our schedule this season, Tim. Got a lot of tough games. All right, 2nd and 3 for the Lions. 3:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. Wonder how many more opportunities we're going to get here.
Give us the Fed again, and 1st down.
That's all they're doing, just ball control.
They have run that play, I'd say 12, 15 times tonight, and we really haven't had an answer.
I'd say about 90% of those plays are to the left.
take Connor Cates out.
Okay, right now you've got Lopresti in the game, number 10. Been alternating all the game with Tyler Brown. Oh, my goodness.
Dive play and a good, another 10, 12, 13-yard romp by a Lions runner.
And Shane Conti, I think that might be his first run of the game. But you've got
It's third, but it's
third.
most effective.
Okay, look
Big
at Conti,
kid.
yeah, big kid.
Good vision. And, you know, the contrast between him and Fett, right? You take a big rumbling type of kid that could, you know, go off tackle. Certainly not a scat back. And then you put Tyrone Fett out there, and now he's sitting deep off that eye. Run blitz, and still a good
Jack
push up the
Maddox.
middle.
Yeah,
They're
Jack
getting to the
Maddox
second level.
Yeah. And we've got another AB player down.
That's Kyle Tobin. Bring up 2nd and 3, maybe, and on the 39-yard line of the Colonials. Mr. C,
And
looks like another cramp, yeah.
Another cramp. You see Bill Maver is rotating a lot of players into that defense right now.
That would be Coach Tiglio and Mark Shire.
I'd be really interested to see what the time of possession of this game is. It's got to be about 70% Chelmsford. Okay, Tobin getting up.
Nothing wrong with listening to Timmy and Mark doing the broadcast. That's AB football on Acton TV.
Mr. C looks good. All right,
Okay.
2nd and 2 on the 39.
We need someone to make a play here.
I don't think you're going to see Coach Rich. I don't think you're going to see him throw the ball right now. I think why risk the turnover? We're going to stay in this formation until we stop them. Or they are, I should say. There you go. Cut back in. There you go.
Good, okay. All right, we put him down in a 3rd down situation here with about a 3rd and 2.
Two-down territory here.
Well, I'll tell you, if we can stop them for a loss or no gain, at 15-7, we're at the end of the 3rd quarter already. I'm not sure if they're going to run another play or not. We're down to about 20 seconds. If we can stop them, they may punt. They may not go for it in 4th down.
There's Fett. Oh, he breaks through the middle, and he gets 15, 20 yards.
He is tough.
This is a classic Chelmsford running back. It's just, watch the replay here, Mark.
Okay, look at it. Look at him just go right through. Look at that. Look at that cut. Look at that cut. He just, he just sees that lane, and it just opens up for him, and he's so small and he's so low to the ground that you just can't wrap him up. That's the end of the 3rd quarter, 15-7. And Tim, it's time to thank our sponsors, without whom this would not really be possible. We want to thank, obviously, Acton Pharmacy, who is our lead sponsor for the 2nd year. Thank you so much. Shire, Caton Epstein, attorneys at law, and the law firm of Harsip and Stewart, Barry Harsip, who I just saw about 2 minutes ago, coming to support the Colonials. I want to thank TC Landau's, Gallant Insurance, Post Road Carpet, and the Steinberg Lally Charitable Foundation. Thank you so much for all you do for AB football.
Absolutely, thank you, sponsors. And you know, it's nice, we have a lot of returning starters in this sponsor lineup this year.
Yeah, we have. I don't think we lost anybody to graduation in the sponsorship category.
Yeah, I'm impressed with that. You know, we didn't scare them away last year.
Yeah, I think they all felt they got a good return on their investment.
That's great. Well, we thank you, sponsors.
I think, you know, next year we should go after like the big car companies. I don't think we can do any beer ads, but you know, the big car companies. All right, here we go. 1st and 10.
15-7 Lions. This is a big defensive stand here. All right, little buck play by the Lions, and up the middle we go for about 8 or 9 yards. A little bit of squabble. Might be a ball loose. No. Okay.
Yeah, Cole is just, he's a load. Number 33. And you can just tell that fatigue is setting in at this point. I mean, it's so much easier to play offense, Tim, than it is to play defense. And you can see everyone with their hands on their hips right now. And that's just a sign of just overall just tiredness. Well, at this point, we need a turnover, need a play.
Let's just hope they throw the ball so we can intercept it right now.
Whoa, wait a minute.
That's good, maybe a penalty.
Yeah, we got a false start, I believe. Oh, delay of game.
Wow. 9:57 to go. That is, at this point, that's considered a break.
Yeah, no, seriously.
In this drive right now?
And not only that, when you say a break, it is a break because it's almost like a mini timeout. And when you're playing at this level, even having an extra 30 or 45 seconds to catch your breath makes a huge difference. They got a chance to make a substitution.
You see Kyle Tobin trying to loosen up on the sidelines here and not getting there. So we got some injury.
Okay, Lopresti. Oh no, that's
Brown with another great throw.
It's a perfect throw. Perfect throw
to number 11.
Yeah, that's Joe Levesque.
Boy, their passing game's very impressive tonight.
And that's good enough for a Chelmsford first down.
And you wonder whether they're auditioning quarterbacks or whether they're going to stay with rotating quarterbacks. But I've been very impressed by Brown and the way he's been able to just thread the needle and hit the sidelines. Now you got Lopresti back in.
There's a ball loose, and let's see. Waiting for the call here, Mark.
Looks like Chelmsford. I don't see any AB guys jumping up and down. Looks like Chelmsford. Yeah!
It's AB ball!
All right!
And
that's what you need.
That is the break of breaks here.
Let's see what happened here. Let's see if we can catch it on replay. Okay, Nick Juracek gets that fumble. He's at the bottom of that pile. He's not going to give it up. And it's first down AB, and we've got life with 8:36 to go in the fourth quarter.
Wow, you know, that is the break. This has got to energize this team right now. Energy and focus and execution, that's what we need, Mark. Little motion, and up the middle we go for a couple. It's hard to see from this angle. Yeah, 2 yards.
We've got a Chelmsford player who's injured coming off.
And again, you know, time is not on our side here. All right, 2nd and 8. Chelmsford stuffing the box. I formation. And a little bit better penetration there off tackle. We get about 4 or 5 yards. It's probably the best run we've done. We've made in the last several.
You're still looking at a 3rd down that you have to convert. And you're looking about a 3rd and 3 here. 3rd and a long 2. Well, there's that time for the O-line to really
with that Chelmsford
burst out here.
That Chelmsford offense is maybe 2-down territory if we make penetration here. Let's see, I formation. Again, we run the same play and weaving and bobbing and
He's
first down.
First down, thank goodness. I'll tell you, yeah, it could be the first down this half. I'm not sure if they've gotten a first down. They just haven't had many offensive plays in this whole game. All right, let's see if this ignites something. We've got 7 minutes to do something here.
I think you got to run a fly still. Okay, we're running that wide slot, and there we go into that wide slot, and it's Liam Murray, maybe a couple, but that doesn't work. You know, just the pursuit of those linebackers.
Yeah, Chelmsford defense is really stiffening up here. And they're playing with a lot of confidence right now.
2nd and 9.
All right, Zach Olson back in the game.
You know, the way we're eating the clock up here, Mark, this is a drive to tie.
You know what? I just don't see a sense of real urgency here. Know that we've got a quarterback starting his first game. He's got to go to the sideline, but we've got to move it here.
Looks like Chelmsford's really packing the edge. And we run a Delaware up the middle.
Olson.
With Olson there.
All right, this is 3rd and long, 3rd and 6. Now Sully has only attempted about 4 passes the whole game. Definitely a passing situation here.
I formation. Nope.
I'm not sure.
Gotta call time.
Yeah,
hate to waste a timeout
here.
A little swing pass to Kyle Tobin, it looks like, and
okay, this is going to be 4-down territory, I think. They're very close to a first down.
Yeah,
here.
we're under 5 minutes.
Yeah, they got to go for it.
Not the way Chelmsford.
That was a nice touch on that pass shown by Sullivan. And here it is, play of the game now.
Here we go. Timeout.
Timeout.
That's a good call. You got 4:44 to go. The game's on the line right now. You got to get this right. You got to make the right call.
Well, actually, that was a timeout on Chelmsford, so we didn't burn one right there.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Wow.
Timeout Chelmsford. So
Sully's first completion of the game.
Yeah, Sully's first completion of the game. You know, you got to start somewhere. You got to have your first start somewhere. I would like to see him air it out. I would like to see maybe Doherty in the game. At this point, you know, what do you have to lose? You put your big 6'6" kid in there. You just, you know, you run a slant, or you run a curl. You set him in the middle of that zone.
Well, there's been an awful lot of ties between these two teams going into overtime, so let's Time for us to complete this first down and march down the field and do that. Flex formation on it. So this is mano against mano here. Up the middle, up a little breakout run. It's a first down. He's down the sideline. There he goes. Wow.
Oh, got a great run. No flags on the play.
Jack, is that Jack Maddox or?
I'll tell you, that's where you get the edge, and that's what we're talking about. Is going and getting
see that
edge.
Again.
Let's take a look at that here. Okay,
now,
Liam Murray.
Giddy up, Liam. Watch him take it to the outside and beats everybody. Great blocking.
Now that looked just like Fett's run for a touchdown.
All right.
We're in striking distance
on
now.
The 32, 1st and 10. We line up in a strange formation here. Okay, now we got wing right. A little confusion. And it's a dive up the middle, nothing there. Chelmsford's got that dive all game.
All right.
Olsen on that carry, 2nd and 8.
Okay, we're
4:13 to go.
All right, there's number 88. Okay, Coach Maver's listening to me.
I'm gonna have an M&M peanut, guys. I need one right now.
Number 88. Mitchell Doherty in the game. Spoke with Coach Lyon. He said, just throw it high. They'll catch it.
Play action. It's complete to Liam Murray, and it's fumbled out of bounds.
Oh, yes. All right, Johnny on the spot.
I'm going to have another M&M because that worked well right there.
That's what he did. He threw it high and he caught it, and Mitch Doherty picks up that fumble. All right, take a look at this. To Murray. Nice pass. Murray plucks it out of the sky, and Doherty falls on it. But I don't think they can advance the ball, so it's back to the 10-yard line.
Is it 1st and goal?
I think they can get a first down about the 1-foot line.
These last plays, this is a brand new backfield because Kyle Tobin is not playing, I think, here. So Sully is directing traffic. Flex. In the left, there it is, Liam Murray with a couple yards. 3:33 to go in a game.
I have a feeling, Tim, they're going to have to go misdirection or wide or put it in the air. Tobin is back in the game now. 2nd and 9 from the 9.5-yard line.
There's a counter and nothing there. They run the wingback counter. And we lost a couple yards there, 2:56 and counting.
Yeah, I mean the play was just not.
It was no execution.
It was not run. It was not executed properly. And now they're going to have to go to the air once, perhaps twice.
You got your. Doherty's in there. All right, Sully's back. He gets a complete touchdown, Colonials to Liam Murray.
If there's ever a time to do it, that was the time to do it. It was a perfect throw from Sullivan to Murray. And I think everyone might have been focusing on Doherty. Murray just got himself out into the right flat. Perfect throw. And now we go for 2 to tie this game.
Whoa!
Another classic Chelmsford AB battle.
That 15-13 score, we've seen that before. All right.
All right, Doherty is out of the game now.
Well, here's a big play again.
Okay, here
What
we
did
go.
What did they call here? What did they call? An I formation.
Timeout, timeout, AB. Whoa, that's a tough timeout to take now.
I think that's a good timeout, Mark. I'll tell you why. You know, you're going for the tie. You get the tie, you're really playing for overtime.
Right.
So you got to get this play right.
No,
if you don't like what you see,
gotta get the
you got to
play
get
right.
the play.
Absolutely.
Quick reminder, next week, Friday night, AB's second game against Division II, North Andover in a non-league game.
Coach Maver calls Sully back.
I
Little
don't
change
know.
there.
I might see Sully rolling out and throwing here instead of running it up the middle.
But you look at how beefy. Let's see, Becky Owens. Wing right slant through.
Yeah,
there it is. The game is all tied up with 2:21 to go.
Oh! Whoa!
Leah Murray
First
off the
game
edge.
Exciting, Leah Murray. All right, let's take a look at this replay. Great effort on the part of the line, and Murray just wouldn't be stopped. He couldn't be arm tackled, and he just dove into the end zone, got that ball over the goal line, and we are tied up at 15 with 2:21 to go.
You know, Mark, that offensive line that we have here, when they're in sync, it's a very dominant offensive line, as you can see there. I mean, they know it's coming, you know, and we blew them out in that one play. So I just think these kids got to just listen, you know, just look at what they're doing and just, you know, get their, just get their confidence level up and repeat that time and time again, and we'll be fine.
Well, we all said that this season was going to be a work in progress, and if you can get through the first game with all the mistakes and the growing pains and so forth, if you can get through that first game, that's a huge confidence builder.
All right, back deep, the very dangerous Mr. Fett.
You're going to see either a squib or a little pop to the 35-yard line here.
I think you got to pop it, because you don't want to give them field position with 2:21 to go. They kick it away.
Kick it away, yeah.
And it goes to Fett. Oh boy, that's a little dangerous there. But
great
it's
coverage.
all covered.
Oh yeah,
big play, big play.
They gambled and they won the gamble.
Wow, that's a big call. Coach Ray Gallant coaching special teams there.
I know, he's coaching special teams this year. You know, he wants to put something else on his resume. How are those peanut M&Ms? I noticed you haven't offered me one.
I got a couple left there, Mark.
All right. I don't want to take your last one. But if I have to, I will. Okay, let's go. Let's stop them now. Offense picks up defense. That's the one rule of football.
Uh-oh, he's loose for a first down run. Clock is stops for the moving of chains. It is dangerous.
Yeah,
he's just one move away.
He's going to be between 150 and 200 yards by the time this game is over.
He's already at 105 in this half.
140 yards so far for Fett in this game.
Wow.
All right, good.
Great.
Oh, Pete, big red there. Pete Rakoskis just throwing his weight around there. Andy Dickinson on the play too. Two of them just stuffed him on that play.
Great play against a great play call by Chelmsford. The backside. The backside cutback.
Okay, the clock is stopped. I don't know if they called a timeout or not. Clock has stopped, so got to be timeout Chelmsford.
All right.
Lions call a timeout on that play.
Yep.
Trips
timeout
to the right.
Chelmsford.
Brown.
Oh,
and
yeah.
wow,
All
stopped
right.
on the scramble. Jack Maddox trips him up.
Brown's first carry of this half.
Jack Maddox has made some incredible plays this game. Some right at the beginning of the game, and look at this. And that was Rakoskis also on that play.
Clock is running. Now below a minute.
I gotta tell you, I like number 55. 55 is gonna be a good college player for some team.
Big kid, boy.
All right.
Almost intercepted. Incomplete.
And that was the best time for Brown to underthrow Chartermouche because he was open in that zone. He had sat down, he was just waiting for the ball, it was underthrown, and now Chelmsford's got to give it back to AB with 44 seconds to go.
A huge stand.
Do you go for the block here?
I think you do.
I think you got to put pressure on.
Let's just make sure we don't have too many players out there. Looks
Well,
like
I'd go for 13
yeah,
or 14.
I knew there was somebody.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'll count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Here we go.
And number 40, William Murray.
Be interesting if they go for the ball here. If they go for the block, they're moving up.
They get it away. Liam Murray keeps going. He keeps going across the 40 to the 38-yard line with 33 seconds to go. Mark.
I want to tell you something, Tim. Win or lose this game, Liam Murray is my player of this game. He's done everything in this game. Look at this.
What a great run.
He could have let the ball bounce. He could have called for a fair catch with 40 seconds to go. He said he's going to go for it. 5, 10, 15. That was a 17-yard return.
All right, look at him come out of the huddle now. Okay, 33
33
seconds to go. How many timeouts do we got, you think? I never get that
Probably
right.
12.
Oh, look at the middle dive with Liam Murray and stopped with no gain. 28 seconds to go. That's one timeout.
Tough play call.
Second down. Timeout, AB.
Oh, they got to show confidence in Sullivan here. Let him either roll out or just do a quick pop and see if he can shake somebody loose. Connor Cates is your field goal kicker. They probably
I forgot about that. We have field goal capability here.
We probably need about
25 yards,
25 yards, right, exactly. Now this game's got overtime written all over it, but let's see if we can change that script here. And big number 88, I'm waiting for Doherty. I'm waiting for Doherty to make a play. You know, he's recovered a fumble, but that big target, 6'6", and they've got
look at a mismatch.
They got a 5'8" cornerback. Throw it up, jump ball.
Chelmsford's going to blitz. He's looking that way.
That's it. Oh. Whoa, that was
he was free.
That was some miscommunication there. That's exactly what they were doing. They were throwing a jump ball to Doherty, but
they jammed him. Threw up the timing. All right, third down, 10 yards, 24 seconds.
I can't, in good conscience, take your last peanut M&M. Here it is.
Go ahead, no,
no,
for good luck.
No, you have it. You have
All right,
it.
this might be
It's
the
good
touch.
luck.
This
This
is
is
a
good luck.
touchdown.
This is good luck. Okay. All right, Sully, 3 for 5. 44 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Let's make it 2 touchdowns.
Oh, little rollout pass, nothing there.
Okay, 17 seconds.
Brought down by number 33, George Cole.
It's 4th down. It's
All
4th
right.
down. You're going to go for it. You know, if you don't make it, you're on the 38-yard line with about 8 seconds to go for Chelmsford. So just go for a 1st down, stop the clock.
Why not throw a jump ball to? I don't know if they're getting a lot of pressure. So do they have enough time?
Gotta be honest. 17 seconds left. 4th and 9 for the Colonials.
I think Chelmsford still has timeout, so you run the ball, they're going to get the ball anyhow. So I think you're right. You just go for it. Absolutely.
All right. Doherty is in the game. Let's see what this play call is. We got Jack Maddox at 6'4". We got Doherty at 6'6". 1st down, stops the clock.
Back deep. Throws the ball up. Oh!
That was the
on
play.
target.
That was the play.
Just stopped a little early. Now we go into a prevent.
I have a question, Tim. Do we get overtime for overtime? we get paid extra for doing overtime? I never checked with Acton TV.
I didn't review the contract.
Yeah, I got to check with the union on this. Well, we don't have overtime yet. We got to survive the next 12 seconds.
2 plays, maybe 3 the way they throw the ball.
I've learned never to take anything for granted, especially in Acton, Boxborough, Chelmsford game.
All right, we're only rushing 3.
Got another timeout.
That's
we had a lot of timeouts.
Who called that timeout?
I think it was Chelmsford. Okay, Coach Maver.
Coach Maver needs.
He's doing a lot of talking right now.
You're gonna get that defense out in the field.
Got Connor Cates back about 40 yards, looking like a punt returner.
Uh-oh, little backside screen,
great
good tackle, and it's here, 4.7 seconds.
Okay, that was Jack Maddox making a great tackle on Levesque, and if he had some open area there, if that tackle wasn't made, he could run for a while. Well, penalty against Chelmsford. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they just ran it out now from their 29-yard line.
Yeah, I could see that.
Just go into overtime.
And there you go.
Yep. All right. OT, baby, OT.
Here we go. It's been a while since we've been in overtime.
OT.
But you would expect that with playing Chelmsford, I'll tell you. All right, where's the shrimp cocktail? I mean, you know, it's OT.
Want me to ask the Lions if they serve that?
Well,
It's not the end of the game, folks.
It's not the end of the game, folks, as Jerry McGavick says.
Yeah, people going in the parking lot, Jerry's saying, wait.
They think it's the old days where you can play for a tie. Oh, 1.4 on the clock. He's saying it's really not over. You know, the Coach Maver, in his illustrious career, has his team played 6 ties over 30 years.
You have that information.
I do. It was just,
at your fingertips.
Just brought it right out. Of course, nobody knows if it's right or wrong. I could just make it up. Okay,
wow.
Here we go.
All right, now it's
overtime.
OT.
Okay.
Brought down by number 63, Andy Dickinson, and that will be the end of regulation time. We will go to overtime.
Wow.
To settle this match. Matchup. Each team will get the ball from the 10-yard line and have 4 plays to score.
You heard Jerry McGavick say how overtime works. Each team gets the ball from the 10-yard line and has 4 downs to score. Well, Tim, it's been a very uneven game. Kind of a strange game, but you know, typical of kind of opening night.
Very much. I mean, if you want to script out an A-B Chelmsford game, this is it. It goes back. It's in the family of games that we've seen over the years. You get your money's worth.
And I think this is the first season that AB and Chelmsford has actually started the season against each other. There's usually a game or two that they play before. They play each other early in the season,
right?
But usually, typically not the first game of the season.
Right. It's usually game 2 or game 3.
Right.
Mostly game 3 over the years. Back in the 04 days, I think it was game 2, but 04, 05, that era, 3.
Yeah, I remember because in 05, that was the second game of the season because that was the 52nd win in a row against Chelmsford.
And Bridgewater Raynham was the buzzsaw we ran into the next week,
yeah,
right?
28-7. But
that was a good team. That Bridgewater Raynham team. Can you imagine the team that came in to beat us?
Right. But I'll tell you, that 52nd game, that was an overtime game. And we started from the 10-yard line. Will Cronin, who we talked about before, took it at the 10, took a handoff, and just juked a couple of guys and scored a touchdown, and that was it, 20-14. And that was the end of the streak.
Well, I always think that in an overtime like this, it's really about will to win.
You mean Will Cronin?
Yeah. Well, reminded me of that,
right.
It's cooling off a little bit tonight. Still the crowd's here. Everybody's here, Miz.
Yeah, we
Big
got a
drama.
good crowd. It's a very good opening night crowd. Okay, Acton is going to, I think we're on offense first. Let's see. Captain shaking hands.
Well, we just need to come out like we started this game, Mark.
Yeah,
those
exactly.
first 6 or 7 plays will be all set.
By the way, I did speak with Mark Chuddick, who had such a good year last year in his first varsity season, number 56, and he says he's going to be back next week, and that's going to be really important. Really good lineman. Okay, here we go.
Chelmsford will go on offense afterwards. At the end of this,
So they have 4 plays, pretty much.
4 plays from the 10.
AB, first and 10 from the 10.
I wouldn't be surprised if they went to Liam Murray on that. Out to the right again.
All right, first and goal from the 10, and it's
Ooh.
a run blitz, and it's Liam Murray.
Wow, he did well to get 2 yards. That play was very close to being stuffed at about the 14-yard line.
Brought down by number 71. For Chelmsford, Kevin Rigsby. Second down for the Colonials. And 9.
2nd and 9. 2nd down on the 9-yard line. This time we split out big Jack Maddox. They're not covering that corner with just the zone covers there, but up the middle we go with Liam again.
That's Kyle Tobin.
Oh,
Yep.
Kyle Tobin?
Right up the middle.
And he's a little gimpy coming up, but he's all right. 3rd down and on the 5.
3rd down, just inside the 5-yard line.
Tim, we got to score here. Can't rely on Chelmsford to go 4 and out.
There's a bootleg open.
Yeah!
There it is! Touchdown, Colonials!
Oh my goodness!
That gets Sully some confidence there.
Oh yeah.
And who was that? Here's the replay, Mark. Who caught that? Little flood zone.
I think was that Kyle Camposano? I think so, number 22.
Play action to throw it. Flood zone and
He's
boom,
right there.
right there.
Our score is 21-15. PAT pending.
No, I'm sorry, that was Connor Cates. What am I
Connor
talking
Cates?
about? Yeah, Connor Cates.
It's the only problem is you got to go for 1 here, right? But, you know. The kick is up and it is good.
Okay. Well, you know, I can never tell from this angle. I'll never call a kick until the refs call it.
I'm looking at the ref.
Every time I call a kick, I do it wrong. All right, now we got to hold them 4 and out. 4 and out, and we come out of here with a W. 22-15.
Wow.
Well, I feel so good for Cal Sullivan. I mean, after such a rough first half and a tough start in his first varsity start, he's come back, he's thrown 2 touchdown passes, he's shown a tremendous amount of poise under a lot of pressure, and he's brought his team back.
All right, the Lions in I formation. Fett at the tailback. They give it to Fett as he cuts up for a couple.
Let him do that 4 times and we win the game.
Brought down by a number of Colonial tacklers, including number 51, Colonials.
2nd and...
2nd down.
Now, I'm worried about the guy that just came in, number 5, Cardamouche.
Yeah, he is. You see him jumping around.
Yeah.
He jumps over people.
Yeah, and I got a feeling they're going to be going to him right now. Let's see where he's splitting out.
Play action. It looks like a bootleg. No good. No good.
Okay, third
and 6.
We got to survive 2 more plays, and then we can go home and eat some more peanut M&Ms.
The band is riveted there in their end zone seats. Oh, this is classic AB Chelmsford drama.
I don't think we've seen more incredible finishes in any football games than AB Chelmsford. There's something special about this rivalry. We've played each other so many times.
All right, now look, they've shown a different look every play. Now they got the read option.
This is
Brown back to play. He's looking over the middle. And it's incomplete again.
Okay, one more
We're down
play.
to 1 play.
One more play. One more play.
Now, I think they've run a different group every play. Look, now I think they have the jumbo set coming in.
Okay, timeout.
Of course, you got a timeout here. There you go.
So what do? You bring the house on this one? Do you play cover or do you play pressure? My concern is that with the secondary and their lack of experience right now, it might be best to pressure the quarterback than to try to cover. I'm not sure how Coach Mavry's going to play it, but you've got a couple of guys, Liam Murray, Jack Maddox, who can really blitz and get to the quarterback. And if he doesn't get the quarterback, at least he can put enough pressure on him to have him make a bad pass.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. I don't think you run a corner jump route because we have size over them, unless it's the far side of the field and you're doing like a little figure eight, a little cutback. But I think a blitz, I'm talking about Chelmsford, is their play selection. Let's see what they have. They've shown a different formation every time. I think they're running it. They're going to do a now they got the big tight ends. Trips right. Read option look. Brown back. He looks. He's rolling out. Touchdown Lions! They did throw the corner.
Brown did it again. Brown just threaded the needle once again. He just threw a bullet right to the sideline.
Wow.
And you only need 1 foot in. And let's see what he did. He's rolling around. He's throwing across his body, and that's just a bullet. That's an absolutely perfectly thrown pass.
Mark,
you can't do any better than that.
You see him look everybody off, though. He looked to his left first, looked them off to get a little separation so you could basically have an out route run by speed instead of coverage.
Now here we go again. Look at that, across his body.
Left, then he basically sprints out. All right, so they kick it, or do they go for 2 and win?
Okay, I got a feeling they're going to go for 2. I got a feeling that it's all or nothing here.
Here it is.
There we go.
Wow, wow.
AB, I'm sure, calling timeout now. Get their defense. This is a chess game, game within a game. Well, I tell you, if I were Coach Rich, I would make that quarterback decision right now and go with number 17, with Brown.
No question.
I mean, this kid can rifle the ball, and to throw across his body with that kind of velocity, that's just not easy. If you're an NFL quarterback, it's not easy. All right. You have 2 head coaches that have played thousands of plays against each other, that have been in each other's head for years, and it all comes down to this one play.
All the marbles right here. What do they line up? They line up overload right. They got Cartermash on the right side. Here he goes. He looks right. He's under pressure. And he's down. And we win the game. We won the game. We won the game. We won the game on a blitz there.
Oh, that was a blitz.
Woo!
They went for the blitz. I don't know who came in with Jack Maddox. Let's look at the replay. Who was in with Maddox?
Oh.
Okay, that's Griff Bowden, I think.
Here we go.
Okay, it was Griff Bowden, I think, and Jack Maddox on the blitz, not taking
Here's
any.
the replay right here.
Here we go. Yeah, all right, 22-21.
That is a Chelmsford AB Lions Colonial ball game right there, folks.
Well, I'll tell you, if there was a game to get us into this season, this is certainly the game to start with, huh?
I want to say congratulations to AB for a great game in that front. I know we're going to look at some replays, but and just my hat's off to Chelmsford. First of all, I really respect Coach Rich's call to go for the win right there. That's, I think, what Coach Maver would have done too.
Yeah.
In fact, if they had coffee before the game, they probably said, if we get into this situation, whoever's last should go for the win. They probably shook hands.
Well, you know what? There was a game a number of years ago, probably about 8 or 10 years ago, that wound up, I think, 14-13 on a 2-point conversion. Right. That didn't go.
But it's the way these two coaches play each other. They're not,
you play to win.
You play to win. And so I just like the chivalry between them in that regard. So that's exciting. But wow, what a game! That is classic. Just a classic.
That is, as Statman says, that is a home opener. Okay. So we're out. We'll be back with replays in just a minute.
Absolutely. Don't go away yet, folks.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back, everybody. Wow, what a game, Mark. I'll tell you, that's classic AB Chelmsford all the way here. And we're going to take a look at the second half. We're going to see a lot of Liam Murray here. Here we go. It's 4th and long. We hand the ball to Liam Murray. He gets to the sideline. Take the subway, baby. He's going to about the 30, 25 or something along those lines. What a great run.
Oh, and he almost made it. Almost caught his balance there. Let's see a little bit more of Liam Murray, huh? The Liam Murray show. Oh, here it is. Sullivan, perfect pass. Murray, touchdown. That was the big score.
Ooh, this kid, he just bought the second half. There you go. Liam Murray, bingo, bango. There you go. There's the score.
Now, here's Sullivan again. Look at this. What a beautiful throw to Connor Cates.
Oh, just love that.
And Sullivan brought us back.
All right. Here's Tyler Brown with a bullet to tie the game. And then they go for all the marbles. Take it away, Mark. Tell me how it's going to finish here.
I know how the story ends. There we go. There's that blitz. There's the blitz we were looking for. Oh, God, it's like the Serengeti. Here they go. They got him. It's like Lions of the Serengeti.
And there it is.
Jack Maddox, Griff Bowden, and that's the end of the game, folks, and that's a 22-21 win.
Wow, I'll tell you, and it just goes down as a classic, AB Chelmsford game, like we said, you just can't get any better than that. So what a terrific way to start the season. Next week we go on the road.
On the road to North Andover.
Absolutely, we're going to do some dinner at Joe Fisher's on the way.
Do you need a passport to go there? I don't know. Got to see if I got my passport.
Absolutely here, and we want to thank our, our crew here. We had directors on site. We had, I think the truck's brand new tires and everything going on. This is a crazy season going on here. But and next week we're going to have. Is it next week?
Next week we're going to have our sideline reporter.
I'll tell you this is brand new, folks. We're going to basically be shooting down to the sideline for close and personal updates throughout the game. We won't even tell you who the special guest is yet, or guest, I should say. We're going to rotate, just like Coach May was rotating, in the defensive line and everything else.
I will tell you, our special guest is an AB football legend on the sideline.
Absolutely. So with that, we want to thank everybody back there, Captain, Director, Rick Degon and team, and boy, great coming back to a little AB football. So folks, thanks for watching this presentation of Acton TV Sports. We'll see you next week.